very top, next to where you've got your examples, we're going to do IXL today. Q.9. IXL Q.9. So before you do the IXL by yourself, we're going to do a couple of examples. I'm recording so it can go on the Google Classroom, and if someone was not here or needs help on it, they can see it. So again, page 26, IXL Q.9 is what we're doing today.
Write that?
Yes, please write this. And then I'm going to have you write these notes. Today's IXL, what you'll need to do is they're going to tell you the input. This will be on your quiz also. That's why we're doing this right now. The input is the X. Sometimes they will say input. Sometimes they will say the X. Now, what you need to understand to be able to do this correctly is that the X goes in this direction. X goes in this direction. Okay? Now, the X-axis is the numbers where the numbers are at. But the X is not part of an X. These are the X's. Okay, first one it asks you for, please draw that. Draw a line like that. And then you're going to write output. Output is the Y. Please write that. And output goes like this. I highly recommend that you use some highlighters, but you don't have to. This is your mother. Hi, do you think you could give me maybe like 10 or so minutes so I can finish with the class? And I'm also recording the lesson to upload. Thank you. All right, so here's the X. So what they're asking for is that the X, the input right here on the first example, is 0. So my 0 for X is right here. So I go up until I touch the graph. The graph is this line. It doesn't matter what they give you if it's like a weird line. You can use whatever color. Okay, and then the output right here is number 2. So then it's going to be, my answer would be 2. You'd put 2 in IXL and you get the answer right, gives you another problem. Okay? So let's pretend someone asked me something.
Okay. Different colors?
I'm color crazy and I'm going to use different colors. Let's pretend they asked you for 4. Let's pretend that the input was 4. So I draw my line up for 4 until I touch the graph. I connect it to the Y, to the output. Y's go like this. And if it's 4, I connect it, and that number there is 6. Input is 4, output is 6. And that's what you're doing. It's going to tell you the input. You follow it up to touch the graph, see what the output is. Now, I did not tell you this, and I know it's recording, but you can write on your laptops and then just erase. But I never said that, okay? It won't mess it up later. I promise. It'll be okay. All right, next one. 4. So the input is 4 on example 2. So then I find 4, and I'm going to get to this graph. Now, in these examples, I'm going up most of the time until I get to this graph. This is the graph. And once I get there, I see what's the output, RJ? And the output is 5. So you write 5, press enter, and you're done.
It's easy.
Hopefully it is. So let me show you a kind of a weird looking one. The third one is a parabola. It doesn't matter what they tell you, what it looks like. If it looks like super confusing, it's not. You just have to follow the lines. It's a 5. So I went up 4 and then 5. Okay, so on this one, this is the last one we'll do together. It says 0. So I go up to 0, and that output right there is 5. Then I go to 3. Up to 3. I stop when I touch the graph. I go across, and that number is 9. So right here goes a 9. And that's what you're doing on IXL. The same thing, you follow the X, it tells you what the Y is. That's all you're doing.